Oh. Okay, guys. Let's start with the session. Let's start with the session, and we are in the string buffer class. We have discussed about all the methods, and I have shown you some example on string buffer, right? So let's open the IDE. Okay. Uh, there are various methods in string buffer, and we discussed regarding string buffer class and its methods in the last session. The same code just I copied into the document for your reference. In this, you are finding different methods of the string buffer. Yeah, there are various methods in string buffer class, guys. In that, one method is called append method, and we find some method called as insert method. We find a method like delete method. We find a method called replace method, and we also discussed that there is a reverse method. Okay, and if you want to convert a string buffer object to a string, then there is a method called as toString. So directly we cannot compare the two string buffer objects. If at all you want to compare the two string buffer objects, first we need to convert the string buffer object to a string object. For that, we have a method called toString method. Okay. These are the things I told in the last class, guys. So please watch that video so that you will come to know what we discussed in the last. Basically, there are methods here. Uh, all these methods are of string buffer class, and by using all the methods of string buffer, we created this program. And after executing the program, we got some response or output like this. Better I will copy this output also into a document. Okay. So please go through this example, find out various methods. Folks, find out various methods that are available in the string buffer. We have discussed about all the string buffer class methods. Basically, in one way, what I can say that whenever we create a string buffer object is completely created in the heap memory, but not created in the string constant pool. Because string buffer objects are called mutable objects. Okay. So we have different classes like string class to work with the string data. String buffer class is also there. That is also used to work with the string data. There is one more class available called what? String builder class. This is also used to work with the string data, string value. So in Java, there are three classes available in order to work with the string values. You can work with the string values using string class. You can also work with the string values using string buffer class. And also you can use string builder class. Okay, guys? Okay. So string buffer objects are mutable and thread safe objects. String objects are immutable and thread safe objects. String object is immutable, but string buffer object is mutable. Mutable. Am I clear? Folks in online, am I clear? This is what already in the last class we discussed. There are various methods available here. You can verify append method is there, insert method is there. Okay, if I append a new value, to the existing value in the string buffer object, the result will be stored in the same object because that is a mutable object now. Okay. So basically, what I'm talking is, okay. So how do we compare string buffer objects? How do we compare string buffer objects? I told already what directly we cannot compare the string buffer. If you compare the two string buffer objects directly with equals method, in string buffer object also equals method is there. Equals method of string buffer class is coming from object class because in Java there is a class called object and that class is the super class for all classes. If you write any class who is a base class, object is a super class for all classes in Java. For example, guys, for your information and for you to understand, guys, everyone, for you to understand, I am telling like this now. What I'm saying, guys, there is a string class. Correct? What I'm saying, there is a class called object. So who is a super class of string class? Object. Now we are discussing about which class? String buffer class. Who is a super class of string buffer class also? Object. Either directly or indirectly, either directly or indirectly, who is a super class for every class in Java? Object class. There is a class called object with O letter, capital letter. It is a base class for what? All Java classes. All Java classes. Very good. In this object class, there is a equals method. In this object class, there is a equals method. Equals method is there in which class? Object class. In object class, there is a method called equals method. By using equals method, we can compare the two objects, whether they are equal or not. Okay. You will come to know more about equals method later. But in string class, this equals method is overridden. In string buffer class, this equals method is not overridden. Okay, na? So that's why if you compare directly the two string buffer objects by calling the equals method, you will get the result as both objects are not equal. Because in the string buffer class, this equals method is not overridden. That is the reason why how to compare the two string buffer objects? Convert the string buffer object to string object.
String object.
How do we convert a string buffer object to a string object? There is a method called
toString.
There is a method called toString. It will convert the string buffer object to the string object. In string object equals method is overridden, na? So it will compare whether the values in the two string buffer objects are equal or not. Did you get my point? Yes. Okay, folks. Online folks, am I clear with this diagram?
Sir.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Very good. Thanks. So I will do what? I will write a statement here. What's the statement I'm writing? How do we compare string buffer objects? How do we compare the two string buffer objects? Okay. If we compare the two string buffer objects, observe here, guys. I'm just writing the point. Okay. If you compare the two string buffer objects directly with equals method, then even though THOUGH, okay, even though the two objects are having same data, even that the two objects are having same string or same data, but we will get the result as they are not equal. For example, guys, string buffer SB1 is equal to new string buffer of hi. Guys, am I clear with this? Again, I am creating one more string buffer. SB2 is equal to new string buffer of hi. So how many string buffer objects are there? Two are there, SB1 and SB2. If I write system.out.println SB1 dot equals of SB2. Result is what? Result is what? Not equal. Not equal means false. Actually, what is the content in SB1? What is the data in the string buffer object 1? Hi. What is the data in the string buffer object 2 also? Hi.
Hi.
But both are not equal. It is saying like that. Okay. That's why what to do? If at all you want to compare?
Two string.
Yes. What to do now? If we want to compare the string buffer objects, tell me what to do. We have to convert, or we have to create, better. We have to create string object for the string buffer objects. Am I right or not? String objects for the string buffer objects by calling which method? ToString method. Am I clear with this, online folks? We discussed it already in the last class. I'm writing notes today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Tell me guys now. There are SB1 and SB2. Sorry. SB1 and SB2 two objects are there now. Tell me how to convert the string buffer object 1 into string. How do we convert that? We can convert by writing what? String what? S1 is equal to what? SB1 dot ToString.
ToString.
Very good. Could you tell me the second statement? S2. String S2 is equal to what? SB2 dot what? ToString.
ToString.
Very good. Tell me now S1 and S2 are the two string objects. Now can I system.out.println? Tell me S1 dot equals of S2. Tell me the result is what here? True.
True.
Did you understood how to compare the two string buffer objects now? Am I clear with this,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
Very good. Very good. Listen to me. Now, tell me string buffer objects are immutable objects or mutable objects?
Mutable objects.
Mutable objects. What do you mean by mutable object?
Content can be changed or
The
modified.
content of the object can be changed. It will allow the changes. If you have an object,
Yes.
it will allow the changes to the content inside it. That is called mutable object. If an object doesn't allow to make any changes to its content, that is called immutable object. String objects are immutable objects. String buffer objects are mutable. So string buffer objects are mutable objects, na? Then how they are called thread safe objects? Okay. First of all, understand here, guys. Okay, I will explain. Please understand me. This is one string buffer object. Assume that. Assume that this is one string buffer object. It is one string buffer object. The content in the string buffer object is hello. In my application, from thread 1, I am using the string buffer object, and from thread 2, I am using the string buffer object. Both the threads are executing parallelly, concurrently. Both the threads are executing concurrently. This is T1. This is T2. Both the threads are executing concurrently. This is one thread in my project. This is another thread in my project. From thread 1, I am using the string buffer object. From thread 2 also I am using the string buffer object. Both the threads are executing concurrently. Am I clear with this, guys? First of all, there are 2 threads in my application. How to create the threads and how to run them parallelly, that we will discuss in multi-threading. That concept will get in multi-threading class. Currently, what you have to understand now, there are 2 threads, thread 1 and thread 2. Both the threads are executing concurrently. Threads are executing concurrently, simultaneously, any word I can use. Okay. And from both the threads, I'm using the same object. Which object? String buffer object. String buffer object. What is the content in the string buffer object is hello. Okay. Now, for example, if thread 1, is, for example, calling the method append of some 1, 2. When thread 1 is calling the method append, now tell me this, to this existing string buffer, existing value in the string buffer will be appended with the value 1, 2 now. When thread 1 is performing an operation, at the same time, thread 2 cannot perform.
Yes.
At the same time, thread 2 cannot perform the operation. Means if one thread is accessing the string buffer object, accessing means calling some method, anything is called accessing. If one thread is accessing the string buffer object, at the same time, other thread is not going to access it. It will wait. Okay. For example, if thread 1 is calling append method, at the same time, thread 2 also cannot append anything or cannot delete anything. Okay. Did you get my point, guys? Cannot reverse, cannot perform anything. Did you understand my point? If one thread is performing an operation on the string buffer, like append or insert or reverse or delete, anything, at the same time, other thread cannot do anything. If, for example, this thread is doing appending, what about this thread? T2. It will wait. It will wait until it is appended. Okay, if it is appended, what's the value coming here? Hello 1, 2.
Hello 1, 2.
Now tell me, thread 2 is working on hello or hello 1, 2 now?
Hello 1, 2.
Thread 2 is working on hello 1, 2.
Hello 1, 2.
Are you able to get my point?
Yes,
Everyone?
sir.
Yes. Yes. Which means, understand clearly. At a time, how many threads can make changes to the string buffer object at a time?
One thread.
Only one. Only one. If 2 threads are trying to make changes at a time, both are allowed or only one is allowed? Only one is allowed.
Only
How?
one is allowed.
Exactly. Very good. Exactly how? There is a concept in Java called all the methods in the string buffer class. What methods you know? Could you tell me some of the methods in the last class we discussed? Append, insert, delete, reverse. Guys, did you get my point? And
String.
there are other methods are
Yes,
also
sir.
available. Caret, delete caret.
Replace.
There are methods available like that. Whatever the methods are there, all these methods in the string buffer class are synchronized methods. All these are which kind of methods? There is a
Synchronized
synchronization
methods.
concept that you will come to know in multi-threading. But as of now, all these methods are called what methods? Synchronized methods.
Synchronized.
Because these are all synchronized methods, how many threads are allowed to perform operation at a time? Only one thread.
One.
If one thread is calling append method, append is what method? Synchronized. Tell me, other thread can call append method? No. At least other thread can any insert or delete or any other method? No. No. At a time, how many threads can call these methods? Only one. Because these are all
One.
what methods? Synchronized methods.
Synchronized
That's why the string buffer object is called what? That's why the string buffer object is called what? Thread safe object. Because of what reason? All the methods in string buffer object are
Synchronized.
in the string buffer class are synchronized methods. Am I clear with this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So question comes here, what guys? What's the question? How can you say, or how do we say? Okay, let me add with red color. How do you say that a string buffer object is thread safe? Let us write answer for this. Let's write answer for this. Folks, am I clear? Let us write answer for this. Could you tell me now? Could you tell me now, string buffer is a mutable object or immutable object?
Mutable object.
Yes. So first point I'm writing, string buffer object is mutable. It means the object will allow to make changes to its data. Am I right or not? This is called what kind of object, guys? Mutable object. Okay. Very good. The methods of string buffer class are what methods? Synchronized methods. What does it mean? It means at a time only one thread
Can be executed.
can perform. At a time only one thread can perform changes. At a time only one thread can perform changes, or at a time one thread is used or anything. At a time one thread can perform changes by calling these methods. How many threads can perform changes at a time? Only one thread. One thread can perform changes by calling these methods. Okay. What happens if another thread also trying to make any changes?
It will wait.
It will wait. If another thread is also trying to make the changes at a time, then that thread will wait for the completion of other thread. Am I clear, guys? Okay, so totally tell me how many threads can perform the changes at a time? Only one thread can perform the changes. Two threads cannot do at a time. Only one can do that. That's why it is called what object? That's why it is called what object? Thread safe object. It is mutable and thread safe object. So what's the point I will write? So we say that string buffer
String
object
buffer
is a mutable
are threads.
and thread safe object. Am I clear with
Thread
this?
safe. Yes, sir.
Very good. Guys, listen to me. What is the difference between string and string buffer?
String is immutable. String buffer
String of,
is
yes, string is immutable object and thread safe object. String is immutable and thread safe object, because if, for example, two threads are performing the changes are going to be stored in the exactly same object, or the changes are stored into a new object. In string,
new object.
New object.
New.
In string, it is new object. Is immutable now? Very good. So tell me,
Yes.
string and string buffer both are thread safe objects, but string is immutable, string buffer is mutable. Clear?
Mutable.
Very good. Similarly, there is one more class, guys, which is called string builder. Let me open that. We are about to conclude all the string concept, then we will enter into object oriented programming. So before I start with the OOPS concept, first of all, I have to explain you about java.lang.string builder. I will open two classes. One is a string buffer and the other one is string builder, because I have to show one commonality. Guys, this is string buffer. These are all called append methods. Method is append only, but you can append Boolean value, character value, string value, integer value, long value, like that, na? You are finding, guys, you are finding some methods like insert, delete caret, insert, and you are finding length, you are finding reverse, replace, substring, toString. All these methods are there. In which class? String buffer. Let's open the string builder class also, guys. If you put the string buffer class and string builder class side by side, exactly same methods are there in both of them. You see the methods here. If you compare, the last method is trim to size. Here also the last method is trim to size. Here also toString method is there, string builder. Here also there is toString method is there in string buffer. So means exactly guys, both the classes contain same methods. That's why we no need to discuss much time for string builder. Everybody is getting my point? Exactly same methods are there in both of them.
Yes, sir.
The only one difference between string buffer and string builder is what? String builder is not a thread safe object. String buffer is a thread safe object. Did you guys are getting my point? Everyone? Folks, am I clear with this my statement?
Yes, sir.
String buffer is what?
Yes, sir.
String buffer is what, first of all? It is a mutable and thread safe object.
Thread safe.
String builder is what? Mutable
Mutable
and not
thread
a
safe.
thread safe object. Am I clear with this? Remaining operations are same.
Yes, sir.
Did you understood my point, guys?
Yes.
Okay. See, guys.
Sir, why it is not thread safe?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. I told in string buffer, all the methods are what methods? Synchronized methods. What methods?
Synchronized
methods. Am I clear with this?
Methods.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Synchronized methods. But in string builder, the methods are not synchronized methods. For example, again, I will explain. Guys, this is the string builder object. Folks, understand this. Okay, this is the string builder object. The value in the string builder object is hello. Tell me, it is a mutable object or not? String builder objects are mutable objects or not? Mutable.
Yes, sir. Mutable.
Yes, mutable. String buffer objects are also mutable. Only which objects are immutable? String
String
objects are
objects.
immutable. String buffer is what? Mutable. String builder is what? Mutable.
Mutable.
Both are
Mutable.
what? Mutable objects. Now, what is the value in the string builder object here, guys? Hello.
Hello.
There are how many threads parallelly or concurrently executing? Two.
One thread.
Two threads.
Yeah.
Thread 1, thread 2. In my project, there are two threads which are parallelly working. Let's give a name like a T1. Let's give this object name as T2. And both the threads are using this string builder object. I'm using the same string builder object from both my threads. Suppose my string builder object name is SB. At a time, this thread 1 is trying to append SB.append of 1, 2. At the same time, the other thread is saying that SB.delete char at, let's say, index 2. Tell me, guys, at the same time, concurrently, exactly at the same time, this thread 1 is appending the value 1, 2. This thread 2 is deleting the character at index 2. Guys, did you get my point? What is the value in string builder?
Hello.
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 Tell me what this thread is expecting.
Hello.
Hello 1, 2.
Yes.
But it may get HELO 1, 2. Did you get my point?
Yes.
What this thread is expecting after deleting character at 2? While calling the delete method, there is a value called hello. And it want to delete the character at index 2, L. What is expecting? HELO. But what is the result it is getting?
HELO.
HELO 1, 2.
Okay.
This is original data. But what it is expected, what this thread 1 is expecting after appending? HELO 1, 2. What this is expecting? HELO. Means, tell me, both the threads are not getting expected data.
Yes.
Why? Because two threads
Two
are
methods.
at a time modifying the string
Data.
builder
Data.
value. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
That's why it is not a
Thread safe.
thread safe. Why thread 2 is not waiting if a thread 1 is working? Or if
They are not
a thread
synchronized
2 is doing
methods.
work, then why thread 1 is not waiting?
They are not
Because
synchronized.
these methods are not
Synchronizer methods.
synchronized methods. That's the reason why it is happening like this. Am I clear with this? Is this point is clear for you online folks?
Yes,
Did you
sir.
understood me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. That's why, guys, that's why string builder object is not a thread safe.
Thread.
It is immutable. Yes. It will allow to make changes to the content. It is immutable, but not
Thread safe.
thread safe. Okay, guys. Then question is, when to use a string buffer and when to use string builder? Suppose if my application is single thread application, like so far all our programs, whatever we are writing from day one, starting from Hello World program, all our applications are single thread programs. We have one
Yes.
thread in our all programs. Every Java program contains at least one thread. That is called main thread. Which thread? Main thread. Every Java program contains at least one thread. That one thread is main thread. So in all our so far programs are what kind of programs? Single thread programs, not multi-threading program. They are all single thread programs.
thread.
In a single thread programs, you can use string builder because you don't have multiple threads, na? Okay. Its
Yes.
methods are synchronized methods or not asynchronized methods? Not synchronized.
Synchronized method.
Synchronized methods are costly. Costly in the sense if you call the method, some time it will take to run. But string builder methods are not synchronized. They execute faster when compared with the synchronized. Did you get my point? So again, there is a reason for that. I cannot go into that because multi-threading is not completed. But tell me guys, string builder methods are what? Not synchronized. So string builder methods can execute fastly. Performance is fast. But string buffer methods performance is bit slow because they are synchronized. Then tell me which is
Synchronized
better in my
methods.
single thread application? String builder. But in multi-threading application, string buffer, not
String
string
buffer.
builder. Am I clear with this? Folks,
Yes, sir.
everybody? Can I write points on this now? Did you understood my explanation?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Guys, everybody, please can you give me some response? Other
Yes.
people also. Very good. Which methods will give poor performance or less performance? Better what? Which methods will give less performance?
Thread
Synchronized
set.
methods. Which methods will give more performance?
Not
Not
sync.
asynchronous methods. Not synchronized methods. Then tell me, in a single thread application, using string buffer is better or using a string builder is better?
String builder.
String builder is
String
better. In
builder.
multi-threading application,
String
String
buffer.
buffer.
String buffer.
very good. Am I clear with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me write the next class, string builder class. Then I'll give you all the 1-2 points I will write first. Yes, guys. Let us write the points in a different color. Okay. Please try to understand me, guys. The first point. Okay. Guys, tell me string builder is string builder
Not threads.
objects
Are
are
mutable
mutable
and
and
not
not
thread
Thread set.
thread safe objects. Not a thread safe objects. Not a thread safe object. String builder objects are mutable and not a thread safe objects. Am I clear with this?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Cool. They are mutable and not a thread safe object. Do you know why they are not a thread safe objects?
They are
Okay,
not
because they are not
synchronized.
synchronized methods. Very good. Okay, first of all, mutable object means where the object is created in the string constant pool or in the heap memory directly.
Heap
String
memory.
constant. Okay. Heap memory.
String objects are created in heap in constant pool. But
Yes.
what about string buffer?
Heap memory.
Directly in the heap memory. String builder objects are also
Heap memory
Heap
only.
directly in the heap memory. So string builder objects are created directly in the
Heap memory.
heap
Heap
memory.
memory.
Heap memory. But not in the
String constant.
constant pool, SCP. Am I clear with this point? Okay. Cool. Guys, string builder class has exactly the same methods like
String buffer
string
class.
buffer class. Am I clear? Same methods, same append method, same delete caret method, delete method, toString method, reverse method, Okay, insert method. Okay, substring method. Everybody is getting this point? All are there. Length method, capacity method, same methods are there in both the classes. Okay, the same methods are string buffer class. Did you get my point? Then tell me why string builder objects are not thread safe objects. So first of all, how do we create a string builder object? String builder. Okay. B1 is equal to new string builder of high. Something. It doesn't matter whether you rate high or something. With which operator we can use? We can create a string builder object. New operator. New is a keyword in Java to allocate the memory in heap. Okay. Guys, am I clear with this point? This is a way of creating the string builder object. Right. Now, a question comes here. Directly question I'm writing. What's the question? Why string builder objects are not thread safe? What is the answer? Because the methods are not synchronized. The methods of
Not
string
synchronized.
builder object or string builder class are not synchronized methods. Okay, the methods of string builder class are not synchronized methods. So, string builder objects are not thread safe. Okay, guys, when it is recommended to use a string builder? Yeah, when to use? We will write like a question and answer so that it will be easy for you. Next, like a question. When to use string buffer and when to use string builder? Guys,
If
tell me.
multiple thread, then that time we can use string buffer.
Tell me answer. Could you tell me the answer, guys, folks, everyone? When to use string buffer and when to use string builder is my question. Could you tell me the answer for this?
For single
Could you-
thread programs, we can use string builder.
String builder, yeah, very good.
For multi-threading program.
In multi-threading, yeah. In multi-threading or multi-threaded applications, it is recommended to use
String buffer.
string
Buffer.
buffer and in single threaded applications, it is recommended to use string
Builder.
builder. Am I clear with this? Folks in online, am I clear with this?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. What is the difference in string and string buffer? Okay, I will
One
write.
is-
I will
okay.
write all the points, general points as a points which you people need to get. Folks, I'm writing. Tell me first of all. First of all, I'm talking about first. Could you tell me? String objects are
Immutable objects.
string objects are
Immutable.
immutable and
Thread safe.
thread safe. Next point. String buffer objects are
Mutable and thread safe.
Mutable and
Thread safe.
thread safe. Next, string
data.
builder objects are
Mutable and
And not thread safe.
mutable and
Not
not
thread
thread
safe.
safe. Very good. Please remember these 3 points. Okay, na? These 3 are important
Okay,
points.
sir.
These 3 are important points. Am I clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Good to know. Folks. Now, first I will add the date from where the session started today. Okay, na? Folks, everyone? Now, this is all what we discussed today. Now we have to enter into the major part. So far, guys, whatever is there, like pattern applications, I repeated many times. Okay, guys. Pattern applications, arrays programs are there, na? All arrays programs and all the string programs. Okay, whatever the string programs we discussed, like swapping the strings or counting the vowels, consonants, or counting the frequency of characters, removing the characters from a given string. Like that, whatever that we have discussed in all the string programs, guys, all these are very important for you in interview. So at interview level, logical based questions are all coming from these 3 topics. What are they? First, pattern programs, prime number, perfect number, Armstrong number, palindrome number. We discuss some number programs and also printing the prime numbers from this number to that number, range of the prime numbers. Range programs also to practice. Okay. For example, if I give 1 to 100, means what? It should print all the prime numbers between 1 to 100. Similarly, perfect numbers. Similarly, Armstrong numbers, palindrome numbers, range programs. Please practice them. Okay. Followed by next your array programs. All array programs. 1-dimensional array and 2-dimensional array. Both. Matrix is called 2-dimensional array. Okay, right? Diagonal. Finding the sum of diagonal elements, left diagonal, right diagonal elements. Adding the 2 matrices, subtracting the 2 matrices, multiplying the 2 matrices. These 4 or 5 matrix programs, okay, are counting the even number, finding the sum of even numbers and sum of odd numbers of the matrix. These are all you have to practice from matrix, arrays, and all these concepts. Followed by strings. All the strings, whatever we discussed so far till today's session, you have to practice everything. Am I clear, folks? Please try to read. These are all for interview purpose. Am I clear? For interview, practical questions will be from these topics only. Mostly, the logical based question will be asked to you from these topics. Am I clear with this case so far in online? And now coming to theoretical questions, mostly we'll get from OOPS. So that's what we are going to start from today now. So I will give you an introduction here. So today,
Sir, interview asking a final class.
sorry.
Final class.
Yeah, that is OOPS, na? Final, public, all these keywords will come abstract.
No. I'm asking
Static.
final class. That is immutable.
Sorry.
Final class. What is the final class?
That's what I'm. That is. These are all the topics you are going to get in OOPS from today. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Very good. You can answer once we end up our class with all these topics in core Java. You can answer almost every question in interview. Don't worry. Okay. you don't worry. Okay, I will explain everything so that you can answer everything almost. Now, guys, you will enter into object-oriented programming. Oops. Object-oriented programming means OOP na? But we are calling the word as oops. What is S stands for? No. OOP, object-oriented programming. But people call oops. Oops. Means there is something for S also, na? That S for system. Guys, we are discussing about object-oriented programming system. We are going to build a system through object-oriented programming. That's called object-oriented programming system. Oops. Guys, we will start our discussion from here. Okay? Object-oriented programming system is what we are going to start from now. Now, guys, everybody understand. To create the software, it is a theoretical based class for today to understand about oops. I'll explain. Okay? Guys, everybody, please focus from now onwards. Please focus from now onwards. I will explain. What I'm saying, if at all I want to create a software, or I say another word, if I want to build a software, I have two models to build a software. I have how many models? Two. I have two models to build a software. One is procedure-oriented programming model. In short, we call as POP model. Second, I have object-oriented programming model, OOP model. I don't have any third model. We call these models as, in other words, in terms of software, we call as paradigms. We call in software terms as paradigm. Paradigm means model. Paradigms. So how many paradigms are available to create or build a software? Two paradigms are available. That's it. To build a software, two paradigms are there. You take any software. One is procedure-oriented programming paradigm. Second one is object-oriented programming paradigm. Paradigm means model, in other words. Am I clear with this, guys? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me write the point. Let me write the point. Guys, could you tell me how many models are there? Two, na? Right. To build a software, we have two paradigms. Okay? Paradigms means models only, na? Yes, paradigms. We call the word as paradigms. Don't call it as paradigm something. Paradigms. To build a software, we have two paradigms. What are the two?
Procedure oriented.
Procedure-oriented programming paradigm. And second one is object-oriented programming paradigm. Okay. Now let me explain once again. If you take the programming, if you take the programming languages like C and Pascal, okay, C language, Pascal language, there was old language called Fortran, formula translation, Fortran, 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 DBase, some languages were there, Lotus, something, Lotus 1, 2, 3, something. Guys, they are all procedure-oriented They followed procedure-oriented programming model. Paradigm means model only, na? Coming from C++, C++, C++ is also partially procedure-oriented and partially object-oriented. Okay, but when we can include C++ in both the categories. Java, .NET, Python, Ruby, Kotlin, Go, and many other. These are all object-oriented. They follow object-oriented programming model. Now let us understand why object-oriented programming model or paradigm is given is what we have to understand first, because we have to enter into OOPS concept now. If you know the reason first, then we'll start with the OOPS. What are the principles and all? I will explain one by one. Look at my point. Guys, initially we have C language. Before C++, Java and all, almost we say the mother for all the languages is what? C language. We say that C is a mother for all the languages. Am I clear with this point, online folks? Okay. C. Just I'm writing a small code, then I will explain the problem with the procedure-oriented programming model. They'll discuss about object-oriented programming model, why it is given. Am I clear with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, then later you'll understand about who is object, who is class, and all those things. For example, I'm writing a short code like this. Hash include stdio.h. Int main, or okay, if you want to understand it clearly, okay, next line I will write. Int main. Here I will take. Now here I will take int or even I can take float also. Float width comma height. Float radius. Just I'm writing for you to understand. Then call rectangle area. Width comma height. Circle area of radius. Then I am writing rectangle area, int or double anything. Float rectangle area of int width, sorry, float width, float height. There is some logic. Next, float circle area of float radius. Logic. Guys, suppose I written some C program like this. It is one program in C language. Actually, try to understand my point, guys. In procedure-oriented programming, I want to talk about what is a problem. Problem is this rectangle area is one function. This is main is also one function in terms of C languages. In C language terms, we have functions now. Now main is a function. Rectangle area is also one function. Circle area is also what? Function. These are called functions. Okay. Look at the point. Look at the point. Please understand now. And you know that program, C program compilation execution will start from main only. In Java, program execution starts from main. Compilation will start line by line, but program execution start from main. But in C language, compilation of the program and execution of the program both will start from the main only. Am I clear? Online folks, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, guys. So now coming to the point, what I would like to tell you is that, please focus on this. What I'm saying is, hey, this rectangle area is a function. Now tell me, this rectangle area function has to work on the given width and height. Where is width and height? It is in
Yes.
main. Width and height is the data. This data is required to calculate the area of a rectangle. This width and height is there in main function. In main function, the data is there. Logic is there in another function called rectangle area. Did you get my point, guys? This is what, could you
Yes,
tell me?
sir.
This is called data. Where is the data? In the main function.
In main method.
In one function, that is main function. Where is the logic?
In another function.
In another function called rectangle area. This radius is required for calculating area, circle area.
Yes.
Tell me, where is the data? In the main function.
In main function.
Where is the logic? In another function. Tell me, guys, in procedure-oriented programming, everybody, there are two important things are there. I will explain one by one. Okay? And this clarity is, I think, very important for everyone to grasp OOPS concept. Okay, what is happening in procedure-oriented programming? C is a procedure-oriented programming model only, na? What is happening here? Data is at one function. The logic operating
is
on
at
that data, the logic which is operating on that data is in another function. But both are not available at one place. Did you understood my point, folks?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What we will do in procedure-oriented programming, suppose I want to create a software. I want to build a software, or I have a problem. I want to write a solution for the problem using C language. What we will do first? We will divide the solution for the problem into main function with other functions. And we will call the other functions from the main function. This is the programming way that we write in C language. Am I clear? C language or Pascal. Pascal also looks like C language only. Am I clear with this now? So,
Yes, sir.
what is happening? What is happening in the procedure-oriented programming model? The data is at one place, and the logic operating on the data is in another place. Both are not coupled together at one place. Because we don't have any concept called class, na? In C language, do you find any concept called class? Class is a concept came in object-oriented programming. But before object-oriented programming, you don't have any concept called class. Guys, am I clear with this?
Yes.
Am I clear with the concept now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Where is the data? Data is residing at one place. The logic operating on the data will be resided another place.
Another place.
Yes. If it is a small application, you could able to understand it. If it is a small application, you can able to understand it. But if it is a large complex application, now it is very difficult to find out where is the data, where is the logic operating on the data. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Folks, try to understand the concept now. Okay? Did you get this point clearly? Guys, did you get this point clearly? So tell me, this C language can be used to build small applications, but cannot be used to build large complex applications. Can we create a banking application in C language? Impossible.
No.
It's impossible. Am I right or not? Very good. Why? Because the data will be at one place and the logic operating on the data will be at another place. Obviously, what happens? Application debugging also very difficult. In future, if any problem occurred, and to find a solution for the problem, to rectify the problem, we have to debug the code. So debugging that code also very, very difficult because data is in one place, logic is operating in another place. This is problem number 1. Issue, I mean, we can call. This is an issue. With which approach? Procedure-oriented programming approach. Second, guys, try to understand now. If for example, I'll tell you, please understand me now. If I run the C program, what it will do? It will take input. It will take input from the user because we have printf, scanf statements are there. Through printf and
Yes.
scanf statements, we can able to read the input from the user. So when I run the program, what will happen? It will take the input from the user. Input from the user. And once input is done, it will take input from the user. Then it will, okay, call the functions or whatever. It will do the work. Print output. Program is terminated now. Did you get my point, guys? This is what happening in procedural programming. What the program will do when you run the program? It will take input from the user, will perform the work, will print the output to the user, and immediately the program will be terminated. Execution is terminated. Did you get my point, guys? Online folks, please try to understand me. Can you give me some reply? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It's very quite common, right? I have a question to you guys. For example, I have developed IRCTC, Indian Railways Reservation System. For example, I created IRCTC program in C language. Okay. Then tell me what happens if I run the IRCTC program. One customer is trying to book the train ticket. What it will do? It will take the input from the user. It will book the ticket for the user. Will print output to the user. Your ticket is booked. Program is terminated. What about the second guy? Another customer also want to book the ticket, na? Means what I have to do now? I have to run the IRCTC program in my server system. Suppose this program I am running in server system. You are connecting from your client system. Then what I have to do in the server system? I have to run the program again. How many times I can run? How it is possible? Is it possible to sit there and run the program for every user? At a time, some thousands of users trying to book the ticket. Am I clear with this? Did you get the concept? Everyone? Online folks, did you get
Yes,
the
sir.
concept now?
Yes, sir.
So means in procedure-oriented programming, if one user runs the program, once the program executed, it will terminate. Na? It won't keep on running. It will terminate. In object-oriented programming, it is not like that. the program is still running, the project is running. If you are coming, you are one object. If I am coming, I am another object. But my program is still running. For you and for me, for you, one object created. For me, another object created. And it's keep on executing for you and me also. But in procedure oriented, it won't happen like that. Am I clear with this? That's why procedure oriented programming is not good for or not suitable for creating server side applications. What applications? You cannot write any server side application like any kind of application like a Facebook or a Twitter or a Gmail or IRCTC or Make My Trip. You cannot develop such kind of applications by using procedure oriented programming. Am I clear with this? That's why, guys, that's why we have entered into another model. Which model? Object-oriented program. Object-oriented programming model got introduced. Did you understand my point, guys? I would like to write all the points now. Did you understand this concept first of all? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Guys, yeah. Could you tell me now one by one point again? I will write. Please tell me what's the one by one point. First point, guys. Tell me what in procedure oriented programming model or POP I'm writing. POP, procedure POP model. What is happening, guys? The data is available at one place. And
Logic is
the logic operating on the data is available at another place. Did you get my point, guys? Everybody is getting this point? Okay. The data is at one place and the logic operating on the data is available at another place. So what is the problem here if that is the case now? So to build a large complex systems, it is difficult. If it is a small program like circle and rectangle and triangle, square and all, that we can able to manage it, we could understand it. But what if in case it is containing, say for example, a 500 functions? It's very difficult, right? So it is difficult to create and also to maintain large complex systems using procedure oriented programming model. And I told in procedure oriented programming model, the program whatever you create, the program created using procedure oriented POP model will take the input from user and will display output to the user. After that, immediately it is terminated. It won't be available for other user to take the input. Again, I have to run one more time. So how many times I can run? It's difficult, right? So did you get my point? Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Good. Tell me. So in POP model, the program will take input from a user after performing calculation or whatever it is, operation or calculation. After performing calculations, it will display output to the user and then it will be terminated immediately. So for another user, we have to run the program. We have to run the program again. If I run the program again, then it will take another user data, and again it will display output. Then it will terminate. Again I have to run. So how many times I have to run? It is not possible, right? Yes, I have to run the program again. It means POP model is not suitable for creating server-side applications. Did you understand this concept? That's why which model is introduced, guys? Object-oriented program. Yeah. That's why object-oriented programming model was introduced or is introduced. Anyway, is introduced. Okay, I will talk more on this next, but at least I want to give you something like this. With object-oriented programming model, with OOP model or paradigm. Model means paradigm. Paradigm is a word of terminology. Model is a general word that we can understand. That's why I'm using model. With OOP model, we can build well-structured. Yeah, well, I'll talk about all these words next. Well-structured, scalable, and maintainable applications for the real time. For the real time problems or for the real time simply. So every software is a solution for a real time problem. Am I right or not? For example, guys, you take ATM. Why ATM application was created? Why it was developed? Why it is developed? Earlier, before that, every customer has to go to the bank only to withdraw the money and to deposit the money, and also to print his book, and also to get his balance details. Everybody has to go to bank only. Have you seen earlier in a bank there is a lot of big queue, like very big queue maintained there, right? The people has to stand there.
Yes, sir.
To withdraw money, to deposit the money. It is a very big task actually. Am I clear with that? Earlier, when there was no ATMs concept, ATM applications were not there. So tell me why ATM application is developed.
Yes, sir.
ATM is one application. So ATM applications, why it is developed? To provide a solution for the real-time problem. What the real-time problem? The customers are waiting in a queue for a long time. It is taking more time. Their time is wasted. And also for the bank also time is wasted. The employees are strained. Am I right or not? This is a problem, real-time problem. That's
Yes.
why what is the solution given? ATM application. So
ATM.
every software application is a solution for a real-time problem. It's a solution for a real-time problem, a real-world problem, a real-time problem, whatever we have. The same thing happened for restaurant application also. Nowadays, what happens now? We are opening Swiggy or Zomato and ordering item. We are getting the food and eating. But earlier, do you have like that? No.
No.
No, right? You would like to have biryani from a particular restaurant. You felt that that is very good. If you want to eat, you have to go. It may be 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers. You have to manually go there. You have to invest your time. You have to invest your money to go there, your time and all. But nowadays, people doesn't have much time. Am I clear with this? What is happening now? Just
Yes,
open the
sir.
Swiggy and order for the item from the same restaurant. They will deliver to you within a minutes. Meanwhile, you can do your work. Am I clear? Like this, every software, every application is a solution for the real-time problem. Did you get my point? Am I clear with this so far, guys?
Yes,
Online
sir.
folks?
Yes.
Yes. So we will understand about we got the reason like why OOP model got introduced. Well-structured, scalable. I'll tell you what the meaning of scalable, what is the meaning of maintainable. We'll discuss all these things. For creating such kind of applications for real time, we have the object-oriented programming model. And to develop applications with object-oriented programming model or approach, we call approach, paradigm, model, synonyms. We have to follow some principles. Why these principles are given? Those principles are given for this reason only, to build scalable, well-structured, maintainable applications. You have to follow some principles. They are called OOPS principles. They are called OOPS principles. There are 4 principles. I'll just give the words today, but next session tomorrow I'll give you very clarity on that. Okay, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Okay, once again I'm repeating. What are the 4 OOPS principles? Abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. These are called OOPS principles. Did you understand my point? Online
Yes.
folks, okay? Right. Tomorrow I will talk on these principles, which are important. Because in an interview you'll get question, what is abstraction? Can you explain with an example? When you're explaining about the principles, better to take example, and with that example you try to explain. It is very easy for you to explain and convince the interviewer. Am I clear with this? Everybody in online?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here I would like to stop. Tomorrow we'll continue from here. It's very important session tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
share this document. I'll share this document. Please go through this document. Today I'll share it.